However, the goal within this lab is to make the paper-thin electronic newspaper a reality.
If you look at the United States alone, the newspaper industry is a $50 billion industry. But of the $50 billion that they get, mostly selling advertising, they then turn around and spend $20 billion manufacturing the newspaper that comes to your doorstep. And from my perspective, that's a business problem you could drive a truck through. This is different sheets of electronic ink. So the capsules are coated down. Electronic paper is this idea of making a computer display that looks and feels like a piece of paper, that you can read like a piece of paper and then fold up and put in your pocket. And to do that, we have a technology which we call electronic ink, or e-ink for short. And we have 5 different newspapers who are investors in the company who've been waiting for this to happen.
All the e-ink in the world comes from this room.
That's true. One of the nice things about electronic ink as a technology is that everything we're doing that's new is in that layer of microcapsules. Everything else around it is standard display technology, so that every time your laptop display gets cheaper, our display gets cheaper. So the newspaper of the future is going to be either just the news of the day, if you're a news organization, or it's going to be some packaging of all human information, and you'll end up with a new type of media, print broadcast. So I really do think this is a technology that reaches out to everybody the same way that paper is universal. Lots of people will benefit from this.
The new rules of this revolution affect everyone. First, Napster, and then the remarkable success of Apple with its iProducts, for better or for worse, have transformed the music industry forever. There's no turning back the digital clock, and this industry has been forced to rethink how it makes money from music. In fact, the only thing more affected by information technology than music is money. And no industry has been more changed by IT than finance. As money has become virtual, an entry in an electronic journal, its ability to travel at the speed of light has turned securities trading into a huge business with very little human intervention. That's because people are just too slow for a business where time literally is money. Few would accuse Mark Gorton and his company of going too slowly. If anything, they've been leading the fray, and controversy has followed. Founder of the Lime Group in New York City, Mark and his team of software engineers are now trading as many as 7 billion shares a month on the stock market.
The trading that we do now was impossible to do 10 or 15 years ago just because the markets weren't that electronic. And because of technology, markets have gotten a lot more efficient.
Their secret involves algorithms, complex mathematical instructions that calculate when to buy and when to sell, running on some of the fastest computers on Wall Street. Or is it near Wall Street?
We do a lot of automated trading. We currently trade about 100, 150 million shares every day in the U.S. So we have computers that are processing data and spitting out buy and sell signals and trading like crazy, and we have people working here to program those computers. So you have, a lot of really smart people out there competing to try and buy and sell things, and the competition is so intense that it creates these, very, very efficient markets.
Gorton has been described as a serial entrepreneur, constantly seeing business opportunities for building new Lime companies. And while his speedy stock trading has earned him money and respect, his foray into file trading has earned him both respect and other names, among them Digital Pirate. LimeWire is one of the most popular file-sharing programs on the Internet, allowing people to exchange any digital products they can get their hands on, all for free.
In some sense, it's great. It's all about sharing and, people, giving away what they have to this digital commons. But there is also this problem that people give away what's not theirs to give away, and that's where you run into these issues with copyright infringement. And that's been, particularly difficult for the music industry.
And the record companies are trying to make that your fault?
Oh, yeah, they're suing me. I mean, yeah, for a lot of money. Technology is a tool, and just like, shovels are a good tool for digging holes, you can also hit people over the head. And technology is very value neutral. There's nothing inherent about file transfer or, technology that's either good or bad. It's how people use that. So you have to find a way to mitigate the harms without getting rid of what's good about the technology too.
Americans spend nearly $2 trillion each year on health care. That's 15% of the U.S. gross domestic product. And hundreds of billions of those dollars are spent on hospital stays. It's a huge business that's growing rapidly with our aging population. And the amount of paperwork is almost impossible to fathom. But what if paper were no longer part of the process? If you were to suddenly become ill and had to be rushed to the hospital, one of the best places in the world to be sent would be right here at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
The clinic's century-long history of medical contributions has been well documented, but it was their invention of cross-referenced dossier-type files for patients that first put them on the map. Files were kept on every individual patient and meticulously stored, a system still widely used around the world today.
After decades of that kind of record keeping, this is what you get. Shelf after shelf of manila folders, millions of patient files.
One file is like the Ark in that Indiana Jones movie.
Not exactly quick and easy to access, nor very